Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today. My name is Elizabeth, and today we're going to be going over Microsoft OneNote, which is an app found in Microsoft 365 or Office 365. So if you have either of those, you have this app. It is a digital note-taking app, and today we're going to go over how to utilize this app to help you gather your thoughts or help to brainstorm new ideas. So without further ado, let's get started. So if you find yourself feeling disorganized with your notes, or maybe you forgot what just happened in a meeting, need a place to share your ideas or no place to just jot your thoughts down, maybe you're feeling like this, you have a bunch of different notes and emails coming in and there's just no way to organize them. That is where OneNote comes to the rescue. We're going to talk about how OneNote can be a place for you to organize your thoughts and ideas and also collaborate while brainstorming. It's a great tool for that. So first, what is Microsoft OneNote? It is a digital note-taking app for your devices, but let's talk about what it can do for us. So first, it helps us organize our thoughts by giving us a place to kind of write things down and store things. It helps us collaborate and share our ideas and our notes. All the notebooks do sync on all of the devices that it is downloaded to, so that's a great feature as well. You can draw in this app, so you can mark up pictures or files with all of your personalized little notes, which is great. And lastly, but certainly not least, you can access your notes and ideas from anywhere since this app is available on mobile devices. So anything that's on your desktop, you can kind of have it on the go, which is really, really helpful, especially today as we're all kind of remote and moving around a lot. So as I said, it is available on desktop and mobile, so you can take OneNote everywhere. And first, we're going to look at the desktop app. So this is a brand new notebook here, the demo notebook that I started for today's lesson. And we have a section, we have an untitled page. So we'll talk about how to kind of personalize that in a moment. But a look at the mobile device really shows us that it is kind of the same thing no matter where you go. So when you download it, you do want to look for this icon. And when you open it, you'll see all of your notebooks displayed. And of course, if you click on that demo notebook, there you go. It's kind of the same thing. So you're not really losing any functionality in the mobile app, which is great. Before we get started, I do have a security alert. Of course, we want to keep you using your app safely. OneNote does give you the ability to share notebooks and pages internally and externally, but we do want to make sure that we share responsibly when we're sharing this. Notebooks may contain sensitive company information. We want you to kind of have a discussion internally what you're going to be using this app for, because you can really do with it anything that you'd like. So we need you to define, decide, and develop a plan for OneNote that is kind of tailored to your organization or company. So first, define. What do we want to define? We want to define what you in your organization or company define as confidential information. What is something that you definitely don't want leaked, you don't want that shared? That's something that you really have to establish in your organization. Then you want to decide what will be stored in OneNote. Will that confidential information even be stored in OneNote? Maybe there's another place where you want to store that. And also, if it's going to be used for internal sharing only, which is definitely a hello to our admins out there, if that's something how you would like to control within your organization. And also, how will we share externally securely if it is something that you decide you would like to use as a collaborative tool externally as well? You kind of want to set up those parameters as well. So then you want to develop, your policies for sharing and password protecting. You can password protect sections in your notebook, which of course we'll go over in a little bit, but this is what you want to do. Develop these policies and share them company-wide and keep everybody working on the same page. So now you're finally going to get started in OneNote, and this is how you're going to organize your notebooks, sections, and pages. So this is really the functional uses of OneNote. So to create your OneNote notebook, you're going to start here. To create a new notebook, you'll click on that notebook with the little down arrow next to the notebook name, and you'll see at the very bottom of that drop-down menu will say Add Notebook. So you'll click Add Notebook to create a new notebook, and then you're going to click Add Section to add a new section down here, and then to add a page, you're going to click here at the bottom of the screen. And to change the section name, because you don't want your section names to be new section 1, new section 2, you need to personalize it. You're going to right click that section and then select rename the section and type in the new section name in this box here. Meeting notes, this is the section that we want to name it. And then to title the page in that section, you're just going to type that title right on that line up there, and then it's ready to use. So super simple to get some start using it today and kind of just start getting your notes down somewhere. If you have a meeting later today, try it out. See if it's something that you want to give a go. So an established notebook will of course have multiple sections and pages in that notebook. And now we're going to talk about how you can establish what your notebook can kind of look like. These are just 3 basic options. Of course, you can make it a combination of any of these or add different notebooks for different purposes, but here are some ways that we're going to offer. So first is notebooks by department, and each department will have its own notebook here. We see sales and marketing, HR, and accounting notebooks. So these are all different department notebooks for those departments that keep their notes in. We're going to take a look into the sales and marketing notebook. And so here we have different sections in this notebook. So they have a sales strategy, they have some logo designs that they're all contributing to. And under pricing information, we see some wholesale pricing, and there we see some charts, some notes that somebody wrote down, maybe with a vendor, So this is how you can kind of start using those notebooks for a department, kind of by department. The next way that we want to talk about is notebooks by date. So if we have a notebook that's organized by type and date, here we have a meetings notebook. So these are all different meetings that we are having here. We have board meetings, vendor meetings, some team building exercises. Those are all the kinds of meetings that we have. And next we are going to look into board meetings. We see all the dates from the board meetings, and then we see the notes next to here in the page with the date, June 27th. So that's another way that you can organize your meetings and kind of centralize your meeting notes, which is really great for organizations who don't always necessarily have a dedicated note taker. You can kind of say, hey, I'll take the notes today, and everybody can kind of look and check out what's going on, maybe their thoughts as well. The next and last way that we're going to offer you today is to create project vision boards in here, which is a really fun way to use OneNote. And you can kind of brainstorm together in here while you're working on a project. So let's see how we do that. So we create a whole notebook called Project Vision Boards. And here we have all different projects. These are fast food restaurants. We have McDonald's and Wendy's. And so if we click on any one of these projects, our McDonald's board, and we go to billboards, we can see that people have started putting some ideas in here for our new McDonald's billboard. So this is the way that you can kind of just throw your ideas in here. Maybe in the middle of the night, you get a great idea. You have a place to put it there and then talk about it later with your team, which is a really great way to get the ball rolling, get some creative juices flowing, and really collaborate in one centralized place where you can just drop things off and talk about them later. Another thing that you can do in OneNote is search your notes, so you can use keywords to find what you're looking for. So this is a great way, if you're on a conference call, just to pull up notes that you've taken during a previous meeting, just to check yourself, topic or whatever. To use the search function, super simple. You're going to go to that magnifying glass, that search icon right on the left of your screen, and then you're going to type the word or phrase that you want to find, that you remember, that you want to bring up, and then you'll hit enter and it will highlight down the page. It's very easy to use, a great way to kind of recall information while you're in a meeting. You don't have to, go searching through your notebook anymore, flipping pages, furiously looking for the information. Just use the search function and you'll be brought to the last time you mentioned that word or phrase. Super simple to use. Another thing that you can do is color coordinate your notebooks. This is a fun way to kind of personalize your notebook and make it your own. I know I like to go to the store and buy, my favorite color, but here you can kind of color code your notebooks, which is fun. So here we are going to change the color of a section tab. So here we have meeting notes. I don't really like that it's blue. I want to change it. So I will right click on that section tab, and then I will click on section color. I'll click the color that I would like it to be changed to, which I like yellow. That's fun. And now we see that meeting notes now has a yellow tab, which I love. So if you want to take that a step further, you can even change the color of a page. So now we have a yellow tab next to meeting notes. I'm going to change the color of a page. So you're going to go to the page that you'd like to change the color of. You'll go to the view tab. You'll click on page color. And now you see they're kind of muted colors. They're not super bright and in your face, just a nice change to the page. You'll click that color, and now we see that we have a nice yellowy tint to our budget meeting notes under meeting notes. So that's a nice way to kind of color coordinate your sections, and you can move notes from section to section. So that's a good way to kind of keep track of where things originated, a really fun way to do that. The last things that we're going to go over today are some notable features in OneNote. So OneNote, again, is a place where you can create, personalize, and protect your notes and ideas. So one of the fun features that we're going to talk about is to dictate your notes. So you can talk it out with the dictate function, and you will need a microphone for this function. So do make sure that you're hooked up to a microphone, or that your microphone is active on your device, to make sure that you are able to dictate your notes. So from the Home tab, you're going to click on the Dictate button, which is all the way to the right of your screen. And then you'll select the language you would like to dictate in by clicking that down button, which is a lot like Outlook. If you've seen our Outlook hacks YouTube video, you will see that we went over this in Outlook as well. It's very, very simple. You're going to click the language, and then when the record symbol appears, you will be able to start recording yourself and recording your notes. And then when you're finished, you'll click dictate again, and the recording will end. So that is one way that you can kind of get your notes together if you like to talk out loud. But another way that you can do is to record your notes for a meeting so you can stay present and not have to worry about taking notes. You can just record it and worry about taking your notes later, or you can make a voice to yourself, just talking out loud and getting your ideas out there on paper. So the first thing that you want to do is go to Insert, then you'll click Audio, and you do want to allow access to your microphone here. It may prompt you, you just want to allow access, and then you'll begin recording. So I'm recording my notes to self, and I know this because it says recording up there in the top ribbon. And then when you're done, I'm just going to click Stop. And then to hear the recording, you're going to select it and then press play at the top ribbon. So super simple way to record a meeting or record some notes to yourself. So to take notes on a meeting that you've recorded, maybe you want to re-listen to that meeting and just kind of take your notes then. You will hover over the recordings to see a text box. So here we go doing that. And then we're just going to click in that text box to begin typing. So in my notes to self, I want to remember, kind of timestamp myself where I'm talking about a new slogan or some ideas for marketing language. So I'll timestamp myself, and that way I know where to go in the recording to hear my ideas again. Another fun thing that you can do, and this is great for a tablet or a mobile device, is to draw your thoughts. And we're going to go over how to do it on a desktop first to kind of show you the functions, and then we'll go over how to do it on a mobile device. So the first thing that you want to do is go to your Draw tab. You're going to pick a utensil and a color, and then you can draw your ideas in this space. Anywhere in this space you can begin drawing, which is really, really fun thing to do. And here's a pro tip. You can mark up your photos in OneNote. You can make edits on a picture or a file using the draw function, which is a great thing to do if you have floor plans or event spaces. It's a great function for that. So to enter, to submit, or to put on a picture or a file, you're just going to go to Insert. You're going to go to your pictures to get the picture or file that you'd like to draw or mark up on. We have new office space, so we're going to enter this floor plan in. We're going to go to the draw function just like we did before, and we're going to start marking up that picture. Area of a room, you want to knock down walls, you want to claim an office, you can kind of make those notes in there, which is really a great way to kind of collaborate and see different ideas for different spaces. And you can also make these notes on a go. So once you have that on your desktop, you can also draw on your mobile device or tablet. So here you see the new office space note that we have in here. We can open that notebook page to the same one that we were on our desktop. We'll go to that draw icon and we'll tap it at the top of our screen, and then we can start editing from there as well. So I want to put in a reception area right in the front there, and that's something that I can contribute my own ideas. So that's a great way to kind of use it to mark up your pictures. And finally, we want to make sure that you are collaborating securely in OneNote and sharing your ideas and notes safely. So first of all, we do have a security alert while we are sharing. Please note that passwords can only be applied to notebook sections and not to entire notebooks. So you can only password protect sections, and that's something that we'll go over here. And also that password protected sections, if they are locked, you won't be able to use the search function. They won't come up. They have to be unlocked in order to be able to search them. And also OneNote uses encryption to secure password protected sections. So please, please, please set it to something that you will remember, because if you forget that password, no one will be able to unlock those notes for you, not even Microsoft. So please make sure you use a password that you will remember. So that's just some notes before we get started on sharing. So to password protect your sections, not your notebooks, but your sections, you're going to go to the section that you'd like to password protect, and you'll right click on it. And then you'll go to that little button that says password protection, and you'll go to add password. So once you think of a password that you definitely won't forget, you'll put it in there, and then you'll click OK. And so you can change and remove your password at your discretion. You'll just go back in there, and then you see change, remove. You can lock this section or lock all the protected sections in just one click, which is a really great feature if you're stepping away for a moment. And you'll know that you have a password on that section if it's locked or unlocked with this little lock next to it, and that way you can see kind of what sections are protected and if they are unlocked or locked. So that's the way that you can kind of protect your notebook even further inside those notes. So to also print your notes, this is something, if you can't leave paper, you can print your digital notes, or if you are going somewhere where you don't want any distractions with any of your devices, you just want to be laser focused, print your notes, and you can print your digital notes. And super, super simple. You'll just go to the ellipses at the top right of your screen, and from the drop down menu, you'll click print and go through the normal print settings, pick your printer, and there you have your digital notes in your hand. Super, super simple and great if you don't want any distractions in a meeting. You can also share notebooks and pages, and you can share these ideas right from OneNote anywhere that you are. You can click the share button, and then you're going to enter the recipient information here. And then you'll choose if you would like to send a copy of the whole notebook. So you can send the whole notebook where this page is coming from, or a copy of the page that you are currently on. So please be mindful, if you are clicking send, you are not just clicking the page that you are on, you are going to be sending that whole notebook. So choose wisely if you'd like to send the notebook or a copy of the page. So again, click send to send by email, or you can copy the link there and put it right into Teams and share it in IM if you'd like, which is a great way to collaborate internally. So I want to take a note on internal sharing. You can be sharing internally, but share responsibly with your team. So you can click here for more security options in who the link will work for. So you can set your link settings and turn off editing here. And I also want to make a note that you may not be able to collaborate externally. This is something that each organization or company has to decide on their own if you would like to use this app or any app just as an internal collaboration tool, or if you'd like to use it externally. That is something that has to be discussed using this tool. Decide what you're going to use it for. And then if you see that you cannot share the link with anyone, you know that your company is meaning for this to be an internal collaboration tool, which is just as useful, just as great. And now, last but certainly not least, we do have an integration alert with a two-way sync, which is super, super fun, super great to use. You can use OneNote and Outlook for meeting notes, which is a great integration. You can go right from the meeting to taking notes. And to do this, you can open the page where you would like to start taking the meeting notes in your OneNote notebook, and you're going to go to the Insert tab. And from the Insert tab, you'll see the Meeting Details button. You'll click on that, and you'll select the meeting that you'd like to take notes on. If you have meetings that day, you can click on today's meeting, or you can click on the calendar and select the date of the meeting. So we're going to pick a meeting in the future. We want to make some notes, make sure that we don't forget to bring something up. You click on the meeting, and then you begin typing your notes right there, the reminders, whatever you'd like to type in there. You can get started that way. And then when you're done, you can also email the notes to the participants by clicking that link right there, which is super, super great. If you have the participant information in there, you don't have to worry about them going into the notebook even. They'll get a reminder, hey, look what's in here, and then they can access it from Outlook or from OneNote. Super simple to use. You can also send notes from Outlook to OneNote. So this is the other way here. We're putting notes from an email into a OneNote notebook. And this is where we are going to see the web application. So syncing this way from Outlook to OneNote will bring you to the web version of OneNote. And we'll take a look at that here. So we have some notes from a webinar that we attended, me and a coworker. So we're going to go into the Send to OneNote function. And then you'll get this drop-down menu, and it's going to prompt you to pick a notebook where you would like to send this email. So we're going to pick the meeting note, and we're going to go to Open. And here we have it. It brings us right to our browser. We have all of the notes that she just sent me in that email. I have them here in my OneNote, so I don't have to even worry about copying and pasting. I can send them to anybody else in the meeting as well. And that is just one way that you can just take your meeting notes off the issues list and kind of use Outlook, either send the notes or get a meeting date and start taking notes or reminders to yourself. So what are the benefits of OneNote? Why should you worry about getting started with OneNote? Well, this helps you improve your focus and attention to detail, which is something that we always love to do. It boosts your comprehension and retention, extends your attention span. The more involved you are in the conversation, the more likely you are to stay awake and stay focused, increases your creativity. So we do want to take notes and take them effectively. So you can do that in Microsoft OneNote, a digital notebook to help with productivity. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can of course contact us. Again, my name is Elizabeth. It was a lot of fun getting together today to talk about OneNote. please subscribe to our channel and check out our other YouTube videos if you're interested in Microsoft apps or security tips for working from home. Please check those out. And please feel free to email us if there's anything else that you'd like to learn more about in any of these apps. Again, my name is Elizabeth. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.